Alright guys, welcome to part 2. In this episode, we will be creating our project and setting it up. So let's begin. Okay, once you're at this screen, you're going to probably be started off in recent projects. Just go down to games and we're going to create a blank project. And on the right side, we want to click on C++ and we want to disable our starter content. And we're going to name our project Metahumans RPG. Alright guys, now that we're in our Unreal Engine 5, one of the first things you're going to notice is my screen looks different from yours. So, in order to get yours like mine, we're going to go to Window, and we're going to go to Layout, and we're going to click UE4 Classic Layout, and it'll give you the same as what I have. Now, I'm going to do a quick overview of everything. So, at the top, this is where you open new levels on File, open assets, save, import levels, export all, new project, open project, zip project, recent projects, and in your edit, you can undo stuff and cut, copy, paste, duplicate, delete, and you can access your editor preferences and project settings and plugins. In your windows, this is everything that you have in Unreal Engine that you can open up, like your console, which is something we're going to need to check our stuff in CPP or C++. And you need our world settings. So let's edit our world settings. And we'll need Quixel Bridge, but we'll get back to that later. So like if you close this window out, you can reopen it up through the window by going to place actors and then reopen it. So you don't have to have this open if you don't want to. So you can close it out. So give you a little bit more space. And your tools is where you can make new classes for your C++, refresh your Visual Studio project, open Visual Studios, find your blueprints, catchy status, class viewer, your CSV and SPG, localization dashboard, merge, project launcher, struct viewer, all this stuff, debugging, platforms, all of this good stuff is here. And then your build is just basically building your level, or you can build individual things. That's all this is just building your level, compiling it basically. And select is just your selection of everything that's in your viewport. Actors is just like view stuff that you will place in your viewport. Help is a very essential thing. So, like, for instance, let's go to level editor documentation. Now, this covers everything from your level layout to what I just covered before, your E4 old editor style. It explains to you your default interfaces and what each thing does in your interface down here, and it'll label it by the numbers. You can look at all of them like that and show you a tab bar, a menu bar, and all that good stuff as you scroll down to it, how to use everything, which is really good for you, so we don't have to waste a lot of time going over that stuff. I'm gonna close that out. And this is another place that you should always be checking on whenever you're doing your projects or whenever you're trying to find something. You can come here and it'll give you all the information that you need. And we're going to be using this a lot, so just be ready for that. And this is your C++ references. Alright. So we're gonna be using all of this stuff. And this is just basically the Unreal Engine forums. It'll teach you how to do stuff and talk to people and all that stuff. And this is reporting issues, and it's just like credits and stuff like that. And we're gonna cover some other stuff also. Okay, on this part, we're gonna go to edit, and we're gonna go to editor's preferences. And here, what this basically does is change everything within your editor. So if you want to change certain things in your plugins or your viewport or your graphs or anything, you can go here and you change that here. One of the things I want to do is I want to go down here to set editor open location. So basically every time you open a blueprint or anything like that, it'll go to your main tab up here instead of just opening up in its own separate window. We're gonna do that, and we're gonna go to play, and we're gonna click on game gets mouse control. And basically what this does, so every time you use the play button to simulate your game, it, instead of you having to click inside of the editor to gain control of your character, you'll automatically gain access to your character. So you don't have to click in the editor, you just automatically be able to play it. In your project settings, the first thing you get is your descriptions. This is where you change like the photo for like the load up screen, and put your project name and project version, company name, privacy policy, and all that stuff, copyright, all that stuff right there. Maps and modes is where you can change. Once you start getting a lot of maps, you'll have this. This is your default opening map. So you can change it to where you have a test map, or you have a default map that you wanted to open up on, like the title screen or something like that. This is where you would do that. You know, so your game instances and game modes can be set here also. That's another thing that's needed. So for your collision, this is where you can make your own custom collisions. So basically, like if you look at something like Apex Legends, where they have shields and stuff where you can't damage through the shields, you can make your own collision for shields. Or something like Overwatch, where you have the characters that have shields, and only your teammates can shoot through your shield, and the enemies can't shoot through your shield until they break it, right? So it's that same thing. So you can make your own little custom collisions for that. This is where you would do this at. And your input is where you will make your controls. So action mapping would be more along the lines of like shooting or interacting with an object or something like that. Then your access mapping is like your movement, like using your WASD keys or jumping. Or action mapping would be jumping. But yeah, movements would be access mapping. Actions would be mapping. So like jumping, shooting, stuff like that. You would put that all here. Let's see, what else do we need? I think that's it for the project settings. Now we're gonna go to the plugins, And this is where we need to open up our Steam. And we need to enable online subsystems or Steam. And the next thing we want to do is for our metahumans, we need to open up live link. So we need a live link control, live link camera, and that's about it. Because everything else can be added as you import your character. So we're gonna restart. Okay guys, the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go to edit and go to editor preferences, and we're gonna click on live coding, and we're gonna disable this so it won't cause us any issues when we're compiling. And then after that, we're gonna click on our content folder and right click and click new folder, and we're gonna put underscore metahumans RPG. And the reason we're putting the underscore on there is so when we start adding in all the other folders for our assets, this will remain at the top. So we're going to right click it and set a color for it so it will be different. And I chose red. Okay. So we're going to go in here. We're going to create another folder. And we're going to click. Right, we're going to type maps in. And you see it's already set a color because I already previously set it. But the way you make a new color is you go right here, click new color, and it'll take you here. And you can just change it like that. And I can put it back at green. Okay. And the next thing we're going to do is go to save current level. Remember, you go to file, save current level as. And we're going to go to the maps. I'm going to change this to test map. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create our metahumans. And we're going to import our metahumans. And then we're going to start working on our C++ in the video after that. So the next video is going to be metahuman creation and import. And the video after that is going to be creating our character and setting up our Steam and all that good stuff. So, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like and subscribe button. And if you would like to join my community, you can do so by joining communities.unrealengine.com/Memphis. See you guys next time.